Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Throwdown. It's the August 2nd, 2020 edition. This is Luke, the Big Dog Williams. I am the face, Caleb Black, and returning is our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury. He's back from his 7-day hike in France. Max, how are the mountains in France?
Absolutely beautiful.
Stupid, there aren't any mountains in France. Wait, yes there are.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are.
Right.
Monday Night Raw! Woo! Let's talk about it.
Yeah! Yeah! Raw!
It's
Monday.
It's the Mondayest thing about Monday. It's
Raw.
The Mondayest thing. We open the show with a Randy Orton promo and a great package about him beating Edge and him beating Christian and Big Show and blah, blah, blah.
I'm not surprised that you enjoyed the Randy Orton's package.
Orton. Hey, look, man, I likes what I likes. Randy Orton.
Do you like that, Max?
Randy Orton does have a great package.
It's a small package, but it works.
He gets it in there tight. And
He really tightens up that small
It's running nowhere most of the time.
Then we kind of do a Randy Orton promo where, of course, he challenges Drew McIntyre for a shot at the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. What I love about this is obvious Randy Orton's delivery. He gets better as he gets older. He's a constant heel, and it's finally a villain and a character and a wrestler that you can believe may actually beat Drew McIntyre.
A legit threat.
Yeah,
yes.
A legitimate threat, and that's exactly what Drew needs going into SummerSlam.
And folks, it's going to happen.
I believe so.
Get ready for it because it's going to happen.
100% believe that Randy Orton's going to take the belt off of him, which is a good time for that.
I'm okay with that because I know he's going to hold it and he's going to give it to Edge.
I'm a big fan of both of those guys, and I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
And I
hard hitting.
I really think Orton's going to come out on top of it.
Yeah, I think the beautiful.
And then Edge is going to come back, and then Orton's going to break his neck again.
That's why he's not in the points.
The beautiful part is that they always talk about hit the RKO out of nowhere.
You can hit the Claymore
from out of nowhere.
From the setups.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Really
And also,
match,
I feel bad for Drew because this entire run as champion, he hasn't been in front of audiences. So I feel like if we get the belt off of him, eventually when the audiences return, we'll put the belt back on him and he'll still be on top. It won't kill him. It won't hurt him.
Right.
Right following Randy Orton's promo, Nia Jax returns. Cuts out. She's not good on the stick. Gets interrupted by Shayna Baszler, who is a good promo when she's got the time to give a promo.
I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
My give a damn about Nia Jax.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
She gets into this half-ass awkward brawl with Shayna and Nia. Then we cut to commercial, and it's supposed to go into a match, and they just fight to the outside.
In other words, it was a waste of 2 seconds.
It was an obvious count-out. Not good. I gave this segment and this match 2 out of 5. Obviously, it wasn't a real match.
I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 just for the plain and simple fact. 2.
Shayna Baszler is a legitimate striker and a legitimate fighter. Nia Jax, with her size and her power, could look like a viable threat. This would be a good pairing if this was done better.
From the 2 out of 5 is for Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, totally agreed.
Just because she's on TV.
Then we cut right into a promo from the Street Profits, where they talk about how they're going to defend the titles against the winners of the upcoming Triple Threat match. They make a good little homage to the Viking Raiders. They come out. Cedric and Ricochet come out. And, of course, Andrade and Garza. The camera just cut way too much during it gave me motion sickness watching. Every single time they hit a strike, camera. It was so bad. They kept cutting to the Street Profits on
Bruce
commentary.
Pritchard's name all over it, didn't it?
Which they were missing spots, and it was not good.
Garza and Andrade go over.
Yes.
Which it basically says to hell with the Warrior.
It was bad because they're not only were the camera cuts hurting it, but some of the spots were clunky.
You know what the only plus
it was just
to that
unwatchable. It was bad.
The only plus to that is? No more ninjas.
Yeah, I gave that a 2.5. It was bad.
I ain't even gonna rate it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The Nia Jax Shayna Baszler match happened after the brawl breakdown.
That's okay.
From earlier, they had the fight. Obvious count out, and then they did all the awkward shit with security where they tried to bump the security, but they didn't. The security guys weren't feeding to them. Just not good. Not good at all. We have an Extreme Rules cutaway where we do a recap of Seth Rollins taking out Rey Mysterio's eye. Seth and Murphy are in the back talking. Seth comes out and cuts a really good promo. But again, too many camera cuts. Every time he turns, cut. Every time he turns, cut. I don't know what they're doing with their production team, but the show's unwatchable.
Yeah.
It makes you physically sick to watch and follow. Dominic comes out.
And not just because of the poor writing.
Yeah, right. Dominic comes out and just like attacks. He gets attacked by Seth and Murphy. Aleister Black makes the save. And this was going downhill quick, and then out of nowhere, fucking Dominic just fires up, starts going at it with kendo sticks. Real good heat, real good fire.
After they took Black's side.
3.5. Yeah, after they took Black's side, 3.5 on the upswing because damn, Dominic really had me going.
Dominic was great. It's what I wanted at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I get why they didn't. The Aleister Black thing, of course, is an obvious move to repackage his character.
Yep.
Because Vince McMahon is so fucking out of touch.
I don't get it.
That he doesn't understand that Aleister Black works the way Aleister Black
and
works.
And he's money. He's money.
Why change it?
He doesn't miss a strike. He doesn't have any daylights. He bumps his ass off. He's athletic. He's compelling in the ring. Just let him go to work.
If anyone was going to lose an eye, it should have been Seth Rollins, and he'd look like Pirate Pete.
Completely agreed. We go to an MVP promo. He calls out Mustafa Ali, attempts to get him to join his little collective. This thing went on way too long. The promo. R-Truth comes out, tries to steal his title back from Shelton, gets fucked off, goes into an Ali versus Bobby Lashley match, and the shitty part about this match is they go right into the commercial break for the first part. Tozawa shows up with ninjas. Lashley and Benjamin bump off the ninjas, fuck them off, and then, Lashley and Ali really start having a good match. And it ends just too quick.
Ali could wrestle this bottle and I would be entertained.
And I wasn't so mad about the ninjas because it was a good little reset. It was a good breather for Ali. It allowed him to take his offense back. It showed that Lashley and Benjamin and MVP work as a unit. It might be hokey, but it worked for that. And then, like I said, the thing about that match is this thing. Remember we talked about it with the Sonya Deville match with Liv Morgan. I wanted to see it go on longer.
Right.
When you get into a rhythm and you finally get to a wrestling match on a Raw broadcast an hour in, you want to watch it. And by God, they really had me in, and then it was over. It happens.
Which I think mostly for that is that's here's a taste of what we're going to give you on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope that they run with Ali this go-round. The hacker thing would have been great.
Yeah.
Of course, that's dead in the water
they completely dropped that.
Which is stupid. It was great. It would have been worked right. But they did the same thing with GTV in the late 90s.
Yeah.
So,
Sasha and Asuka had a follow-up women's title match. It was a bad ending. Sasha wins the women's title by countout, which we all know that doesn't happen.
Well, now
it was a stipulation of the match. I get it, but they could have done so many. They could have at least, they could have cut the camera, whatever, and have Asuka get distracted and have Sasha roll her up. You know what I mean? Just something other than her running out and count. It was bad. The match.
I think it was their logic was that they were trying to save face.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is that it ruined the mystique of the whole title change anyway.
We do a tribute to Regis Philbin. Rest in peace. Regis passed on. Such a shame. An American staple in American television. He will be missed. We go to a match between Murphy and Carrillo. Textbook heel-face match. Would have been good to watch, except for the damn camera cuts. Just, again, too many. And it ruins it. It ruins. You finally, again, you get to a good match, and it's unwatchable, not because it's a bad match, but because of the production. If you would have fucking cut the camera that many times during Stone Cold and Bret at WrestleMania 13, that match would have been unwatchable.
Right.
And it's such a shame. Drew McIntyre accepts Randy Orton's challenge, gets interrupted by Dolph, leading into our main event, an Extreme Rules match between McIntyre and Ziggler. It's over quick, little hardcore match, and then right as McIntyre picks up the win, what happens? Out of nowhere! RKO from the challenger, Randy Orton, the Viper. It looked good. It looked like he hit him. Orton ends holding the belt. It's a sexy shot. Again, a viable, real contender that you can buy beating McIntyre, and I am 100% in for it.
Yeah, I think that of course, like you said, that alone is buy rate. That's money. Orton's always money.
Agreed.
Drew McIntyre has
licensed to print.
Been money since coming back. Honestly, since joining TNA, or Impact, whatever they call it. That's when Drew really started getting the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And it's been
got all jacked. Well, ICW too. When he went back to ICW.
Right. Well,
But
for televised,
American television, yeah.
I mean, he's
sure.
been on fire since coming back.
And honestly, it'll be good for Drew to be in a program with somebody that is going to have the quality of matches that
you would expect.
Have. And I'm not saying Dolph Ziggler didn't give him that, but it was a gimmick match. I'm not going to say that Bobby Lashley didn't give him that because they didn't get too far into it. They're going to have to get into it with Randy because it's Randy.
I don't go by the philosophy of it being a big man's business anymore.
No.
But that's just the thing is that Randy Orton and Randy Orton and Drew are the size. You can see it going, okay, this guy's the same size as this guy. Yeah. They're going to clash. Dolph, first off, you knew Dolph wasn't going to be champion.
Right. And I was super interested in the Drew McIntyre-Bobby Lashley feud, but they just didn't book it in a way that made Bobby Lashley, who, by the way, should always feel like a viable threat because he is in real life
a viable threat.
A viable threat to human beings, should have felt like one, and they did make him one.
Well, I think due to the botches and in the match
injuries
they had,
and
Lashley hasn't felt like a threat in years.
Which is such a shame.
Sad. It's really
such
sad.
a shame.
Yeah.
He really, they gave him a lot of grandeur in TNA and used him well. And when he comes back, I expected, the guy's got a legitimate Army background, a legitimate NCAA wrestling background, a legitimate MMA background. Why isn't he a fucking wrecking machine all the time? Why?
I can tell you why.
Because of Vince McMahon.
No, I can tell you why.
Bitch
tell me
why.
I can't tell you why. Because then videos will be circled about me, and I'll have to pull myself in television.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap us up for the Raw recap. Let us know what you thought about Monday Night Raw in the comments below. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/prowrestlingthrowdown. Do not forget to like and subscribe.
Like it!
And stay tuned because we're not cutting this camera. SmackDown's coming up next.